This is the Conscious Hour, and this is the night before the second coming of Jesus. He's going to rise from the grave, and we're going to have heaven on earth. That's my wish for tomorrow. But now let's get back down to reality. How did we get here? We got here because of arrogance. We got here because we judged. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not judge. We did all of that. Love your neighbor like you love yourself. You never did that. And so we created a world that was based around a monetary system, money, so people could get rich. And there was a game that was created in 1935 that allowed people to play the game to see how much they could win. It's a psychological operation. You were trained, the game was fun, it was an adrenaline rush, and then you could lie, cheat, and steal if you really wanted to play the game the way it is just now, because that's exactly where we're at. And Iran has been patiently waiting for this day to come because it had some really obnoxious neighbors, really, truly obnoxious neighbors. And so they built a weapon system. And their weapon system can go up to Mach 12, no, Mach 16, yes, Mach 20, yes. With payloads of 1 ton, yes, 2 ton, yes, 4 ton, yes. With multiple warheads, yes. There's not a surveillance tracking system that's currently exists that they could do anything about it, and so Iran will make the strikes. But when it does, and like it has been doing, it takes out all the strategic targets. It doesn't bomb the women and men and children like Israel has done to the Palestinians, to the Lebanese, to the Syrians, to all the people that they've destroyed because of a bunch of egomaniacal men who think it's fun to kill. They learned that because of video games. They learned it because of video games, and the video games came from Hollywood. Oh, the zebras. Yeah, because you can't say Zionist. Why? Because they're sensitive. Zionism is an ideology. It's a way of looking at the world minus Jesus, loss of judgment, and it's all about a game. And the game's killing us, folks. So it's time to flush the drain down, flush it, flush it, flush it. And we're going to reboot and go to 2.0. We're in 1 right now. But we don't want to go to 2.0. We can go to 3.0. That plan is already finished. It's already designed. It already works. We just have to let go of some old crustacean ideas of your current economy. You just flush them down the toilet. So we're going to get to Professor Morandi. There's $1 million bounty on him on X. Elon, if you're watching this, I pray to God you'll do one thing. Do one thing. Get rid of the bounty and shut it down. You don't want to kill this guy. This guy is a cool dude. You haven't met him, but now you're going to meet him. And you love him. He's a technology person too. In fact, you guys could probably figure out a business together, make things work. It's all about making money. Here we go.
Let me tell you something that the Western media establishment will never admit publicly, but that every serious intelligence analyst in Washington, London, and Tel Aviv now understands with absolute clarity. What happened over the skies of the Middle East in the last 48 hours was not simply another exchange of fire in a long-running regional conflict. It was the moment when 3 decades of assumptions about who controls this region, who possesses escalation dominance, and who can dictate terms to whom came crashing down in the most spectacular and undeniable fashion imaginable. 100 missiles reached their designated impact points inside one of the most heavily defended territories on the planet. Let that number settle in your mind for a moment. 100 precision-guided weapons penetrated a defense architecture that the United States and Israel have spent more than $30 billion constructing, testing, refining, and promoting as the gold standard of integrated air and missile defense. The F-35 stealth fighters that were supposed to guarantee Israeli air superiority for the next generation are now sitting in hangars with holes in the roofs, and the carrier strike groups that were supposed to underwrite American commitment to regional security began moving away from the theater while Iranian missiles were still in the air. If you think that sequence of events can be explained away by official talking points about successful interceptions and minimal damage, then you have not been paying attention to how power actually works in the international system, and you certainly have not been paying attention to what Iran has been building while the world was busy underestimating it. I want to take you through exactly what happened, layer by layer, because the details matter enormously for understanding why this night represents something genuinely new. The strike that Iran executed was not a demonstration of anger or a gesture of defiance. It was a military operation planned with the same meticulous precision that characterizes the most sophisticated offensive campaigns in modern warfare history. The target selection alone tells you everything you need to know about the quality of intelligence that Iran has developed regarding Israeli military infrastructure. Nevatim Air Base is not a symbolic target chosen for psychological effect. It is the operational center of gravity for Israel's entire long-range strike capability, the home of more than 50 F-35I Ardeer stealth fighters that represent the most expensive and technologically advanced weapons system the Israeli state has ever possessed. These aircraft are not defensive platforms. They exist for one purpose and one purpose only, which is to penetrate denied airspace, deliver precision munitions against hardened targets, and return without being detected. Every Israeli contingency plan for striking Iranian nuclear facilities runs through Nevatim. Every scenario in which Israel attempts to re-establish escalation dominance through preemptive offensive action depends on those aircraft being operational and available. Iran understood this with perfect clarity, and Iran chose its target accordingly. The strike architecture itself deserves careful analysis because it reveals a level of operational sophistication that Western defense analysts have spent years publicly denying was within Iranian capability. Let me explain how this worked in practice. The opening phase of the operation deployed a dense swarm of low-cost unmanned aerial systems, the Shahed series variants that have attracted so much attention in other conflict zones, but configured specifically for this mission. These systems were not sent to cause damage. Their sole tactical purpose was saturation, forcing every Iron Dome battery, every David sling launcher, and every Arrow interceptor system in the northern and central sectors to activate simultaneously. When you understand how integrated air defense systems actually function under stress, you begin to appreciate why this approach was so devastatingly effective. These systems operate on finite magazine depth, meaning each launcher carries a fixed number of interceptors that cannot be replenished during an engagement. They also operate on finite computational bandwidth, meaning the fire control algorithms that manage intercept sequencing can process only so many simultaneous tracks before response times begin to degrade and prioritization errors begin to multiply. Iran had clearly studied the performance characteristics of Israeli air defense systems.
So they designed a system that could take their system out effectively, efficiently, inexpensively, and most important, accurate to within a few inches. 300 hypersonic missiles hitting the ground. Now, do you want to keep playing the game? Do you? Nobody does. Shut it down. Take the $1 million bounty off his head. Wake the fuck up. Bring me in. Donald Trump, you need help. And, oh, J.D. Vance? It's like a deer in headlights. I guess I gotta go be president. I don't want to be president. I want to be the conductor. Just bring me in as the conductor. Give me a nice place, lots of security, no surveillance. And I'll do all the work for free. Because I will never have to ask for money again. I'll have a card. It's a debit card. The first one ever issued. A debit and credit card based on the universal debit and credit system, which is all part of Reboot 3.0. There will be no poverty. There will be no wars. It's already planned. It's already done. It's here. And we can have heaven on earth. Yes, we can have heaven on earth. That's why on Sunday I'm rising from the grave. You mean you've been here all the whole time? Yep, Professor Morandi, you've been here the whole time. Professor Morandi is a wonderful, 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 wonderful being. And for some young punk to say they want to kill him, it's because they were trained on video games. That's what happened when they issued the game and play it in a computer. You want to kill and it feels good. This is the Conscious Hour. Hit the like button, hit the share button, and please donate for the work I do. Thank you very much. Spread the word. Share this. share it, share it.